Interesting weather. Many of you drove long distance in rain. Thank you for caring about this particular topic, which is very, very important in today's day and age. I'm Mahesh Chitnis. I'm a past district governor for Lions Club International in Central Jersey. This is our area. Lions Club International, for those who don't know about our organization, we are the world's largest community service organization, serving in almost every single part of the world in about 210 geographical areas. Lions Club International started with a focus on vision side. Helen Keller, which everybody knows, she challenged Lions about 90 years back to eradicate preventable blindness, and that became our core cause. We took it up as our goal, and we started working on it for the last 90 years. Having said that, since we are such a widespread organization, we are in every single part of the world, we picked up all the local causes, and our local clubs work on the causes that matter to that particular community. We have four core causes, four core goals. As I said, vision is one. The other one is youth empowerment. And this particular symposium is part of that effort to understand the issues that today's youth, today's children face, and how to either prevent that, help these children with that, and how to deal with that in general. When I am here, I have two goals. First, to create this awareness and understand the issues. And the second goal is, we have about 200 Lions clubs in New Jersey. They do service in their local communities. So this particular session will provide them a chance to understand the needs of the society and how they can help the people with mental illnesses, developmental disabilities, and how they can work with those issues and help the community. That is the goal for this symposium. Today, to open the symposium, we have one of the very, very special person for Lions Club, our very favorite past president. He was an international president in 2013-14, 2 years back. He is President Barry Palmer. He is from Australia. He, again, with his role in Lions Clubs, travel all around the world, met with several people who are involved in community service, not only with Lions, but a variety of organizations. And he has a special interest in this particular cause, because when he was the president, his theme for the year was Follow Your Dream. And his focus was, besides empowering women and in underdeveloped nations, his other goal was to work with children. He promoted the youth services in Lionism. So instead of me talking about him, let me invite President Barry Palmer to come and address us and open the session.
Thank you, Mahesh. Mahesh always introduces me as he's from Australia. And I think that's the precursor for you to be ready that you won't understand what I'm saying. Because our version of English is not quite the same as yours, but I have learned to speak slowly. Because normally we would speak at about 800 words per minute, you would understand the word I'm saying. But that's simple because we have a lot of flies in Australia, you can't keep them out. But it's a pleasure to be here this morning, particularly in the venue of the Special Olympics, where Lions is one of the larger financial supporters of Special Olympics around the world. We conducted a survey recently based upon the fact that what Mahesh said, we've been to sight as a major, I guess, focus for 90 odd years. And is it still relevant today? Do we need to change direction? Do we need to be having something else as an international program? From across the board, the results came back quite significantly in favour of working with young people and the youth. And I can see that talking to people around the world, that mental health is a major issue. And it doesn't matter what language you speak, what colour your skin is, the shape of your eyes, the problem is still the same. How we address that, how we deal with it, is going to be up to a collaboration with professionals if we decide to go that direction. And I'm sure we will be going in the direction of young people and youth. And that will involve a lot of things, including mental health. Mental health, I know in my part of Australia, for young men between 18 and 23, we have the highest suicide rate in the country. And it's on surfing beaches where these guys can surf and relax and enjoy their life. The government pays them not to work, so it's a great job, yet they suicide. Why? We don't know. We can't solve that problem. It's a growing problem, not only for us, but in all societies around the world. And I think that just from my ignorant position of looking at it is, you can't see it. So you can't see it, there's no problem. And I think the fact that also that we don't talk about it, and parents don't like to say that their children have this problem, or they're not game to say this because there'll be a stigma attached to it if they do. And then the children suffer from that sort of thing as well. So I think there's a lot of work to be done. There's a lot of work being done by the professionals that are here today. And I welcome you and I thank you for your time of being part of this. I'm sorry I can't stay for the whole day and listen to what's going to be said, but I'm going to be at a function in Chicago tonight, so I have to leave soon. But I wish I could have stayed because I really want to know what's going on, what's being done and what can be done. How can Lions help? What can they do in assisting you in this problem that we have in all societies around the world? It could be just advocacy, we could be just talking about it, we could be running seminars like this. And I congratulate Mahesh and the Lions here for facilitating this function today as a forerunner of maybe something that could become an annual event where you all get together and discuss what can we do, what have we done, how can we do it better. And that's what we're here for, to learn from each other and how we can assist each other. So thank you to not only to the Lions, but to the special athletes. I've had a lot to do with the special athletes around the world. And people always ask me, what are some of the momentous moments that you have experienced around the world? And I was just saying here a while ago, one of the fun things that I experienced was a dinner at the White House with President Obama and the Special Olympics. And we had a lot of Special Olympians in there. And President Obama and his wife greeted everybody. There was about 300 people. I always say when I'm at home, I had dinner with the President of the US, so I don't tell them another 300 people. They think, wow, did you really? So I keep that secret, but I can't with you. But he greeted everybody, including all the athletes. And there was one little guy who had Down syndrome, and I think his name was David. He hugged Mrs. Obama, which of course it's like putting your arm around the Queen of England. You don't do that sort of thing. So when the president was speaking at the dinner, he said, "Where is David?" And David stood up all excited, waved his hand. He said, "David, you hugged my wife when you came in, but you didn't hug me." The presidents like hugs. Well, you've never seen David move so fast. But the funny part was the look on the security guy's face. What's going on here? But the president gave him a hug, and I think David's life will never be the same since. But you know, it's great to see the collaboration of all these groups working together. I wish you all the best. I hope you have some good outcomes from today, and it's my pleasure to declare this seminar open.
Thank you, President Gary. As we mentioned, this symposium was made possible by the collaboration of three groups: Lions Club International, which we talked about, the National Alliance for Mental Illness, NAMI. We had a great support from Aruna Rao for getting the speakers in and making sure that we understand what it needs to run such a symposium. This facility and making sure that everything would be taken care of when it comes to the operations here was done by Special Olympics. Even if it is a different non-profit organization, Special Olympics has become my second home. We started a club, a Lions Club, for the athletes of Special Olympics. Most of the members of this club are the Special Olympic athletes. They will be talking about their experiences in a moment. But before that, let me thank Carmen, who is the operation chief for Special Olympics, who helped us in doing a lot of things in Lions Club, starting the Lions Club, and even setting up the event today. With that, I would like to call the Special Olympic athletes. The first one to talk about his experience would be Steve.
Yep.
Steve is now you're a president, right?
President, yeah.
He's the president of Athlete Congress of Special Olympics, and he's a nice guy.
Good morning, everyone. How's everybody doing today? All right. Good morning, fellow Lions, members of the NAMI, parents and friends. My name is Steve Rodenbeck. This is my friend Chris McCormick and his brother Kevin McCormick. We are proud members of the Garden State Champions Lions Club. We're also Special Olympics New Jersey athletes. We are 3 of the 25,000 athletes throughout New Jersey that compete year-round. With the help of more than 22,000 volunteers, Special Olympics New Jersey conducts more than 265 competitive events a year. Wow, all free of charge. Wow, that's something really to talk about. Some of those events are held right here at the Special Olympics New Jersey Sports Complex, a one-of-a-kind 34,000 square foot training, fitness, and conference center for the Special Olympics community. Special Olympics New Jersey goes beyond sports, with many programs in the health, wellness field, including the Open Eyes program, which was the start of the Global Lions and Special Olympics partnership 15 years ago. Wow, that was quite a while. Ooh, time sure flies. Special Olympics New Jersey also has an inclusive school partnership program, young athletes for athletes ages 2 to 7, and many athlete leadership programs. One of which was is Athlete Congress. Oh wow, this is what the shirt is. Okay. The governing body and voice of them represents the interests of all Special Olympics New Jersey athletes. We have all served and continue to serve on this day on Athlete Congress. As you can see, Special Olympics New Jersey does a lot to our fellow athletes, but we thought, what better way to share with everyone here what Special Olympics is all about? Then you have to tell us all about your experiences. Chris, you go first.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you, Stephen. Good introduction, like always. My name is Chris McCormick. I've been a Special Olympic athlete for 20 plus years. I'm up here to talk about, first I want to talk about how I got involved in Special Olympics. I didn't get involved in Special Olympics first. My brother did. Many years ago, when my brother Kevin first started in Special Olympics, my dad asked me one day, he said, Chris, you want to go watch Kevin run track at summer games at then it was called Trenton State College. This is when Kevin was just young person, younger now, he is now. So we went there, and my dad and I got there, we met with my aunt, one of my cousins, and me and my dad are staying at the track. Kevin was on track that day. So we went up there, and we were staying at the gate, we were staying at the fence, and we see Kevin, he's running, we're cheering on, and he won the race. And I still hear people in the stands applauding, right? And I'm thinking, okay, Kevin won the race, everybody's still applauding, right? Now, at this time, I still had no idea what Special Olympics was until I went to this event. So I'm looking down the track, and there's two athletes. They're still running the 100 meter, and they're both helping each other get to the finish line. And I was like, wow, that was amazing. Because it was really amazing for me to see that, because Kevin and I, we went to a school. We went to a special ed school, okay? And in this special ed school, we didn't really learn about different things. We did our schoolwork, we did our homework and all that, we learned that. But Special Olympics, you learn more when you get involved, you learn more about everybody else's abilities. I don't use disabilities anymore because that more feels like, you're putting a person down. So I say ability. So when I seen that, I was like, okay, cool. That was really awesome. So come around, that was in June. So in sometime in October, Kevin had so I think it was a Wednesday or Thursday night. He had a sport called floor hockey. He had a floor hockey practice. And in his floor hockey, our mother was about to take him on a floor hockey practice. Like, Mom, I'll take him, you've done enough, I'll take him. So I took Kevin to his floor hockey practice. I met this guy named Charlie Zielinski, who is still the floor hockey coach. He asked me if I wouldn't mind helping out, so I was like, sure, I'll help out. So I went and grabbed the stick, and I helped out. Kevin and I were the last ones to leave. We helped Charlie load the equipment into his bag, into his truck. And Charlie turns around to me and says, "You didn't come here to help. You came here to play." I was like, "No, I didn't. I had no interest in joining Special Olympics, So Charlie says, "Here's a physical. We have a hockey game this Saturday. Come out and try it. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't." So that Saturday morning, Charlie asked me, Chris, do you want to play for the Phantoms or do you want to play for the Flyers?" And seeing that I'm a huge Philadelphia Flyers fan, I was like, I'll play for the Flyers. And when Charlie put me onto the Flyers team, and knocked my good friend here, Steven, down to the Phantoms, which was a good thing for him
At the time.
At the time. So that was my very first game. I was playing, competing. And after I was done playing, Charlie came up to me and said, "Well, so what do you think?" I was like, "I like it. I like it." So he says, "You can stay on." I was like, "Yeah, I'll stay on." So ever since then, that day when I went to Kevin's track meet at summer games, and when I took him to his floor hockey practice, he's the reason why I am now a Special Olympic athlete, and I'm very honored and privileged to be a Special Olympic athlete because now I've had the opportunities to go. I've gone to, as a matter of fact, 3 of us here back in 2009 went to our very first World Games. Actually, it was our Winter World Games, and of course we were playing floor hockey. Our whole entire floor hockey team got invited, where it was picked to go compete in Boise, Idaho. Now, before we went to Boise, we had to go to training camp, which was a lot of fun. I was in Copper Mountain, Colorado. Beautiful place, beautiful place. So we went out there. Prior to going out to Colorado, I was informed that a great law enforcement torch run, who I have to say is still #1 in the country, asked me if I would like to go somewhere. So I was like, okay, where are we going? Well, after I was done with training camp with these guys, I was asked to go to, I was the first ever Special Olympic New Jersey athlete to go out of the country. I went to Cuba. I went to Guantanamo Bay. We did a law enforcement 10-mile run. Okay. Now, I didn't run the whole entire 10 miles, but they asked me who do I want to run with. Now, seeing that our grandfather and our father both served in the Army, I was like, I like to run with the Army, you know. So I ran with the Army. We did 5 miles going up and going down, and I tell you, when I was carrying that torch when I was lit, it was heavy. Another thing that happened to the 3 of us was the following year, 3 of us went to Lincoln, Nebraska in 2010. We competed in the very first flag football tournament, which were a lot of fun. And then a couple of years ago, 2014, when New Jersey was hosting national games, I was asked to coach Special Olympics flag football. I'm a coach, I'm a hockey official, I am a former board of director member, and now I'm a Lions Club member. And another experience that I've had in being a member of Special Olympics as an athlete is I actually met my wife through Special Olympics. She's also a Special Olympic athlete. She can't be here today because, well, she has to work. Special Olympics is one of the greatest organizations that is here, and I'm very glad and proud to be a Special Olympic New Jersey athlete, friend, brother, and a husband. And now let's turn over to my idol, Kevin.
How's everybody doing today? My name is Kevin McCormick. I got started in Special Olympics when I was in middle school. My principal came up to me and asked me to do track and field. Then I started doing softball. Then I started doing flow hockey. Then I did the softball, and then I got tired of getting rained at every time at summer nights. So I started doing tennis. And when it rains, we go inside. And so, and then I started doing flag football. I'm part of the Athlete Congress, and I'm part of the Lions Club. What I like about Special Olympics is coming out and talking to different companies, and the sport that I do is what I like about it. If it wasn't for Special Olympics, I wouldn't be playing sports as regular sports. And what Chris said, we went to Boise, Idaho for Team USA for hockey, and then to 2010 we went to Nebraska for the national games, and then 2014 my brother coached me in flag football. So I wanted to say thank you for guys coming out today, supporting Special Olympics, and having us come out here and support you guys. So have a good day.
Thank you, Steve, Chris, Kevin.
Welcome.
we will start the first session, but before starting the first session, can I request President Rajapalli to come here for a second? We have two sessions planned today. The first session would be moderated by Aruna Rao. I would like to give the symbol of our commitment to the issues of mental health and present. Can you please present it to Aruna? And our second session would be moderated by Liane. Can you please come here, please? Can you please present that? Thank you, very much. Without further ado, I will give the mic to Aruna to start the first session. I know we are already late, but we'll wrap it up as soon as we can.
Thank you so much, Manish. I'd like to invite our panel to come up and be seated. Just to briefly introduce myself, my name